You planned for expansion, you budgeted conservatively, you saved in advance, and then the economy changed the rules several times. Welcome to a business environment where uncertainty is not just a possibility, it's quite resilient. Devalue the currency several times in a short span, raise interest rates by several hundred basis points overnight. Oh yeah, the global economy is looking iffy, prices rising. You don't just disrupt planning, you destroy the foundation of capital allocation and formation. This is the story of one business, but it's the reality for thousands. Let's take you inside the boardroom. It's December 2022. Your business posts 50 million in profit after tax. Cash on hand, 70 million. Your 2023 budget includes 30 million to import machinery from overseas, USD 30,000 at 1,000 kwacha per dollar. 30 million to expand your workforce, more staff, more output, more reach. The goal? Double your revenues within 18 months. You're not gambling, you're compounding. And then comes the first hit, January 2023, a 45% devaluation. The kwacha weakens to 1,450 per dollar. Your machine. It now costs 43.5 million before you can recover, November 2023. Another 25% devaluation. The exchange rate climbs to 1,812 per dollar. Your machine now costs 54.4 million, an 81% increase in local currency terms. Same product, same value, just a different macro environment. You now face a capital hole before the project even starts. You still have cash, net cash 70 million, but now the machine eats 78% of your liquidity. You need to pause. What about the 30 million budgeted for workforce expansion? You can't touch it. Hiring is frozen. What about financing the difference? Bank lending rates just shot up from 26% to 35%. Credit is now a threat, not a solution. And let's not forget, your day-to-day operations now require more working capital. Suppliers are adjusting prices, transport costs are rising, you're holding cash but it's evaporating in purchasing power. Your liquidity is under siege, internally and externally. Let's run a simple forecast. Your 2022 revenue, 150 million. Your projection post-expansion, 300 million. That machine was your multiplier. That hiring plan was your throughput. Now both are suspended, but the world doesn't wait. Meanwhile, the global crisis raises input prices by 20%, same machine, higher global base cost, and every delay pushes you closer to cost levels where the expansion makes less sense. Your window of growth shrinks, but your risk exposure grows. And here's the kicker. You may still be reporting profits, but they're now stagnant. Margins are being eaten by inflation. Return on cash? Negative. You've become operationally defensive, not growth-oriented. Without the machinery, your production is capped, your workforce is undersized, your costs are inflating. Imported raw materials, more expensive. Fuel, higher. Spare parts and components, delayed or dollarized. Your cost per unit rises, but customer demand can't carry higher pricing. Not in this economy. Your margins compress. Your productivity stagnates. Your staff is stretched. And worst of all, your financial narrative changes. Instead of a growth story, you become a survival story. You are no longer reinvesting, you're preserving. The machine you budgeted to acquire is now a symbol of lost momentum. This isn't just about your company, it's about the broader economy. When policy volatility becomes structural, businesses lose confidence in timeframes, pricing, and risk. And when businesses can't plan, they don't hire. They don't expand, they don't innovate. Instead, they hoard liquidity, they dollarize, they retreat from proactive investments, they wait for clarity that may never come. That's how you hollow out a productive economy. One shift in currency policy at a time, one interest rate shock at a time, one missed opportunity at a time, and over time, you don't just lose investors, you lose the citizens' ambition. We often think of instability as something that affects margins, but it does more than that. It corrodes vision, it traps liquidity, it delays productivity, and it creates sinkholes beneath even the most disciplined financial plans. In this kind of environment, it's not your strategy that fails, it's the ground beneath it that collapses. So if you're operating in a volatile economy, don't just optimize for profit, optimize for resilience. Develop some stress tests mechanisms for your business. Macroeconomic shocks are like earthquakes that ripple through the business landscape, impacting enterprises of all sizes. But for small businesses, these shocks can be particularly devastating. Consider the 2008 financial crisis. For large corporations, it was a time to tighten belts and weather the storm. But for small businesses, it was a period of existential threat. Many could not secure the credit needed to keep operating, leading to widespread closures. Recent events have shown us that these shocks are not relics of the past. Take the COVID-19 pandemic, for example. Small businesses in sectors like hospitality and retail faced unprecedented challenges. According to a study by the U.S. National Bureau of Economic Research, over 100,000 small businesses in the U.S. had to shut their doors permanently in the early months of the pandemic. Expert opinions highlight the necessity of adaptability for small businesses. Real-world examples show us the power of resilience. Take the case of a small bakery in San Francisco. When foot traffic dried up, they swiftly transitioned to online orders and delivery. They also started offering baking kits and virtual classes, creating new revenue streams that have become permanent parts of their business model. In conclusion, while macroeconomic shocks are unavoidable, their impact on small businesses can be mitigated. By staying adaptable, diversifying revenue streams, and leveraging available tools, small businesses can not only survive but thrive in the face of economic turbulence. Remember, in a world of unpredictable shocks, it's not just about weathering the storm, it's about learning to dance in the rain. While businesses must adapt and innovate to survive macroeconomic shocks, the role of government policies in providing a safety net cannot be overlooked. Governments around the world have implemented various measures to cushion the blow of economic disruptions. Take, for example, the United States response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, provided forgivable loans to small businesses to keep their workforce employed. This initiative helped many businesses stay afloat during the initial months of the crisis. In some countries, bureaucratic delays and insufficient funding have limited the effectiveness of government interventions. This highlights the importance of timely and well-structured policies. Effective government policies can act as shock absorbers, reducing the immediate impact of economic crises and providing businesses with the breathing space they need to adapt and recover. In conclusion, while the adaptability and resilience of businesses are crucial, government policies play a vital role in mitigating the effects of macroeconomic shocks.